Honourable members, I think then that we will step off the item for now. We will not be calling McG to appear before our portfolio committee at this stage. We will support your complaint, Honourable Deputy Minister, to the BCCSA. We will also encourage you to finalise your discussions with Ms. Dlamini and to encourage her to open a case with SAPS and to follow due process. We will follow the work that the Portfolio Committee on Communications and Digital Technologies will do in terms of what they've already indicated, that they would like to look at regulations to regulate the podcast industry. We know that the print media and radio is currently regulated, but we know that there is not an oversight body for podcasts or online content. So we'll keep an eye out for that.
What's up, people? We are back with another video. The YouTube channel, it is called South African Late News, and the handle for this channel, it is at KZN_ZA. What you just listened to is a politician talking about regulating the podcast. This is what I hate about government. They like to interfere where they shouldn't. Politicians have got a responsibility to take care of a country and not to interfere on free speech and other things. In this country, not so long ago, we had a very bad incident that involved a young child named Cwecwe. That story has died down because government and the media have lost interest. Now they are coming after McG for no reason at all. Firstly, let me just give you context. McG said something about Minnie Dlamini, of which I fully agree. It was in bad taste. He should not have said it. However, it does not need a government interference. The Deputy Minister of Children and People with Disabilities in the presidency wanted to call McG to the Portfolio Committee to account for his comments. Can you believe that? In this country of so much crime against women, real crime, but they are silent. But when something involves someone that is very popular, so now they want to be involved so that they can get mentioned. They wanted to drag McG to parliament so that they could trend. It was very stupid. First and foremost, as I've said, McG was wrong. So I think the best thing that Minnie Dlamini could do is to sue him or open a case in at the police station. The case that she could open, let's say it's criminal injury because he dragged her name through the mud because those comments were in bad taste. Or just sue him. I'm sure if she sues McG, she'll most likely win in court because of the thing that he said. But politicians need to stay away from such issues because it's not their terrain. So now let's just assume that McG was summoned to parliament and then they question him. He'll just answer and give them whatever response that he wanted to because they've got no power to arrest him in parliament. They can just call him, but he can give any answer that he wants. And you know what's going to happen? McG will get more subscribers and get more views. And that's what McG wants. He always says stuff that is controversial because he knows that his name is going to be in the media and thus get more views, more subscribers. So this was deliberate by McG, and this politician they fell for the trap. So what I suggest is, Minnie Dlamini, it's either you sue McG or you open a case. But if you open a case against him, I do not believe that he will get any prison time. If he's found guilty in court, he might get a suspended sentence. So the best option for you is to sue McG. But I doubt that you win a sufficient amount of money because you're still gonna have to pay legal fees. So the money that you might get from McG might end up going going into paying your legal fees and so on. So for me, I mean, this is a lose-lose situation. But if I was MacG, I would now start thinking before I say something. Because now MacG has been saying a whole lot of stuff. He is the Siyacela of podcast. So MacG needs to watch his mouth because there are people out there that are gonna come after him now. You see this thing, yeah? There was even spoken about in Parliament. The next thing is gonna happen is that they're gonna watch him now. You heard this member of Parliament saying that they want to regulate podcasts. So now they might end up saying that YouTubers are not allowed to use F words. YouTubers are not allowed to gossip, and that is taking away freedom of speech. So I hope that MacG now will start to think before saying stuff. There was really no need for him to say that stuff about Dlamini's private parts. It was really stupid, and I'm not sure what, what was he thinking when he said it. I guess that he was not thinking. But in the end, we know that MacG, it's all about views for him. But politicians, they must stay away from social media. They must focus on building the country, reducing the unemployment rate, solving the crime, because the crime rate in this country is out of order. But now let us just hear what the member of the EFF had to say about the same issue. He said quite a lot of things which I thought were very interesting. Just listening.
I think I must start by introducing myself to the Minister. Minister, my name is Sihle, Member of Parliament, deployed by the Economic Freedom Fighters. And I'm introducing myself, Chair, because I don't know this minister. I'm seeing this minister for the first time. When a 13-year-old girl gave birth in Sishego Hospital in Limpopo, teenage pregnancy, I never saw the face of this minister. When cases of Cwecwe came, Boy in Matatiela, Alu, I never saw the face of this minister. When last year, between I think October and December or so, there were more than 120,000 reported cases of teenage pregnancy in KZN, Gauteng, Limpopo number 3, and I think Eastern Cape number 4. I never saw the face of this minister. When the rape victims of Omotoso didn't receive justice, and the judge literally said it was as a result of the incompetence of the NPA in her judgment, effectively saying these people were supposed to receive justice, but because of the inefficiencies of the prosecutors, the NPA, a rapist is now free to roam the streets of South Africa. I never saw the face of this minister. So I don't know them. And I think really that then calls to question what makes this, if it is not grandstanding, if it is not populism, if it is not selective activism, why must Parliament be dragged to this particular case, which members have correctly said that perhaps if you are looking at cyberbullying, it can form within the ambits of the Portfolio Committee on Communications, Digital Communications, and the likes. When about half of the young people in South Africa are unemployed, remember this is a Portfolio Committee of women, youth, and persons with disabilities. I would be interested to know from this minister, because we've been engaging with this case, even in our media platforms, and even in many other engagements that we've been having. And then people reach out to us that, you know, that person may be related to someone who was working in that podcast and got to be released from that podcast. I forgot the name, Manaka. So I wonder if this you've got any commentary to make to that effect. To say, do you have any prior relations with people who either worked in that podcast?
I don't know who's Monaka. I'm not related to anyone, and if I am, I possibly don't know. And I'm also not friends with MacG nor Miss Dlamini. These issues of South Africans, we speak for all, whether they are known or not. We stand for all South Africans.
The bottom line is that the Deputy Minister rushed this matter to Parliament. There was no need to drag this issue to Parliament because there are other important issues that as a country we need to focus on. So just leave McG out of this thing. Let Mina Dlamini deal with her legally. Parliament has no jurisdiction over McG. Parliament cannot do anything to McG. As we speak, only SABC and other broadcasters fall under Parliament because they are regulated. As we stand, podcast, Twitters, and all the people that are on Facebook, they are not regulated. The people that can only take actions against those, it's those platforms like YouTube. If you say something that is controversial or that is bad, YouTube will deal with you, just like they dealt with Andrew Tate and so many other people. So politicians must stay out of our business because we've got much more important things to do in this country. As we speak, there are some schools in the Eastern Cape that have no water. So if the minister put more energy in such issues that would help the youth and people with disabilities, focus there and forget about McG and podcast and so on, because that is not your terrain. So the member of the EFF, Mr. Lonzi, said it well, but ultimately the minister or the deputy minister must not get involved in things that do not involve her. Thank you for watching.